karaoke?
You do karaoke?
Well, what I do is more like primal scream therapy. It's nothing like getting wasted and just absolutely wailing to shake off a show like today.
I could use a fun night.
You and me both, sister.
At what point during the shift did Santos know she need her, as she puts it, primal scream therapy after it?
I think, I mean, that's the thing is like she knows she needs something. Like she just doesn't know how to do it. And I think that's a way to take it away from, like, I think she's probably very resistant to therapy and resistant to actually taking care of herself, and putting it into like primal scream therapy. Karaoke is a way to address it without addressing it, and to be kind of avoidant while still trying to do something about it. And I think it's just a very hopeful moment for her to actually ask Mel to go out. Like, that's crazy. And I think she kind of has that with, I mean, again, we filmed it so long ago, so I can't, and I haven't seen the episode, so I don't know how it ended up putting together. But I think just after, like, in that last hour, kind of sitting with it, and also having like a very kind of sweet moment with Whitaker too, where he kind of assures her that like he is going to be around and he's not leaving her, I think is also a very important moment for her. And you see that she still wants friends, even though she doesn't know how to do it. She at least she wants it, and as long as that want is there, she's going to be okay.
I loved that she had King come with her. I loved that moment of her asking. I was wondering, like, how much is that about what she's seeing in King, though, too? Because we're also seeing that King needs this after the shift because of the deposition and everything that happened there, and with her sister. And how much is it that, like, Santos just is like, I need someone with me, and you know what, King is sitting here with me.
Yeah, I think she needs someone with her. She doesn't want to be alone. It's almost for her own safety, but also, as we've seen, Santos is very perceptive and does care. Like, as much as she can, yeah, she's gonna like take the piss out of people. And I think Mel is kind of an easy target for her to like make jabs at, because a lot of the time she doesn't get the things that she's saying to her. So it makes her kind of a fun punching bag for Santos. But I think it's also like she can see that she's had a rough day. She still cares. And I think Mel feels like a safer space. I feel like Mel seems like someone who's not going to necessarily pry too much. And even if she did, she'd be able to like avoid it. But it's just like, but she'll be there.
Talk about filming that karaoke scene with Taylor, because that was fun over the credits.
Yeah, that was very fun. That was one of the last scenes we filmed of the season, and they built a little bar in the back lot of Warner Brothers, and it was fun. It took like 30 minutes to film. It was very quick, and we just got to play and have fun with it and just see what happened. It was a fun way to end the season, and I think, as silly as it is, it's like it's in line with a lot of how the show is structured. You see trauma, and then something funny and light, and because that's what you need. That's what healthcare professionals need. You can't always be like sitting in the traumatic things you're seeing. You have to have humor. You have to have the gallows humor to get through it. So I think it is in line with kind of how the show is structured.
At one point in the finale, Javadi describes Santos as one of the angriest people you'll meet, and Whitaker argues she's sarcastic and cynical. Who's closer in Santos's mind?
Javati says I'm the angriest person. I think out of like spite, Santos would be like, yeah, I am the angriest person you'll ever meet. Get out of my way. But I do think that, yeah, Whitaker is spot on. Like she just uses her, because I think it's not that she's angry, it's that she's sad. But I think it's more powerful to say that you're angry than that you're sad.
Because then it's also trusting someone. If you're sad, you're really trusting someone with your vulnerability.
Yeah. Which anger is also an emotion, but I think it's something that you can cast off as something else. Yeah.
Now that the shift is over, how is Santos doing? Like, how does she feel about going back to work for a shift that potentially includes both Langdon and Al Hashimi? Because we saw that she had issues with Al Hashimi as well, and possibly no Robbie, because it is kind of up in the air, like what he's going to be doing at the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to see what the writers have in mind. But I think after a day like that, I don't know. I feel like she needs a breather. She needs a break. But I think she hopes that, yeah, Whitaker doesn't move out. And I think that she'll be able to find kind of a way to work in this environment going forward. It just is going to take some time.
What does she need from Langdon and Al Hashimi, like for that work environment for her to find that way?
I mean, with Al Hashimi, I think she's a great attending. Isa thinks she's a great attending. I think Santos just needs to like stop putting Robbie on a pedestal, first of all, and drop that kind of bullshit. That's not very girl of her. I don't like that. So I think she and Al Hashimi could actually get along really well and could work together really well. I think she just kind of needs to trust her a little more and take Robbie off the pedestal a little bit. And with Langdon, I think it's just going to take a lot of communication from both of them, because Santos is not handling it great either. Like she should not be undermining her superior in front of patients. Like that's not a way to do it. But I think both of them are just going to need to kind of work with each other and know that it's going to be awkward and know that it's not going to be their favorite thing to do to work together, but eventually get to kind of a baseline where they're not at each other's throats.
As you saw this season, Santos and Garcia weren't really on the same page when it came to their relationship. What has Santos wanted that to be, and where's her head and heart when it comes to it at the end of this shift, like in looking forward?
I think Santos has been wanting it to be a little more than it is. And I don't even think it's necessarily because it's like, oh, she's in love or anything. I think it's just she needs someone. Like that's the whole thesis of this thing, is just like she needs companionship. She needs a friend. She needs someone that she feels safe with. And I think sometimes it can feel easier to attempt that through a romantic lane sometimes, because it's like, oh, that's baked in or whatever, but it's not. And I think when she gets to the end of the shift, she's a little more at peace with it and is like, okay, like not even that she doesn't know where she stands with her, but it's kind of like, I don't know where we stand, and that's okay. And maybe this is just like casual and fun, and this is not necessarily the person to be seeking depth with.
But it's also like it was nice for her to have like a positive relationship that came out of that first shift too. That's the other thing too.
Yeah, no, she was someone who was not off put by her energy, who actually liked her, who gave her responsibility. Like that was, I think, very alluring, and that triggered the like, oh, maybe I can trust this person. But then I think that search for a safe space maybe led her in the wrong direction.
It feels like the karaoke brings Santos relief more than anything. But after like what she's been through on these two shifts that we've seen, she deserves happiness too. So what brings her joy?
I think that's the thing is I think she needs to find it again. I do think just like any medical professional I've talked to, like they got into this for a reason. And as much as I think people like to paint it as like, oh, she's just there to be competitive and show she's the best, but it's like she would have chosen something else to do. Like she's here saving lives. She also cares about people. Like when she sees someone is really struggling, she's there to help. And I think she does love that to an extent. And I think finding a way to be a part of that while also like taking care of herself is really important. And yeah, I think maybe I want her to make friends with the girls more. She needs to be more of a girl's girl. I think she'd have way more fun if she was hanging out with the girls. Her, Javati, Samira, they all need to hang out. That's just Isa wanting to hang out with Supriya and Javati, but you know.